here today to talk to you about business cards. A lot of people say that the print industry is kind of dead and that it's actually degrading the environment, while online marketing and social media, things like Facebook, are actually better options to go because they don't kill trees and they don't pollute the groundwater. They don't leave a large carbon footprint, but really a lot of that is based on myth and other forms of marketing deviation. Stuff like business cards are actually very viable options for marketing, and they're really a good way of exposing your business to the public and letting people know what you do. I currently am the manager and creative director at a local print shop here in Tampa. I've had 4 years in the print industry and about 8 years as a graphic designer. So I've fielded these sort of questions and statements about the necessary use of printing and its impact on the environment. So I have quite a bit to say about it. I'm kind of a techie person, both in business and in my personal life, so I completely support the use of online marketing. And I have a Facebook account. The print shop has a Facebook and Twitter account, and we definitely use online marketing to get our name out there. But really, a lot of this statements about how the environment is affected by the use of paper and how it kills trees is actually they're pretty equal in both aspects of a marketing standpoint. Second to using our voices as a way of conveying a message, we've been printing on paper for hundreds of years. It's always been the go-to way of getting your name out there, from kings and presidents using propaganda to people just advertising their business and putting up signs and handing out flyers. But really, the actual impact on the ecosystem and natural resources in the print industry is equally as bad as the digital and online use. In fact, I think that technology does more of a damage to the environment than printing does. Trees will always grow. Obviously, the way that we live our lives and use our natural resources are affecting the forest, but ultimately printing on paper isn't really killing the forest in the mass numbers that people think they are. There was an article pointed out on greenbiz.com that the ravenous energy demands of cell phones, game consoles, computers, telecommunication networks, and data centers are actually linked to the most egregious deforestation and environmental destruction in the U.S. And here's the kicker. Online use, it's less paper, it's the paperless way to go, but consequently we use more natural resources that aren't recyclable by using a computer and an iPad and a television. So how do we successfully kill two birds with one stone? Well, we can help the environment and still use business cards to advertise by that old saying, reduce, reuse, recycle. For starters, you can try different materials. We have things like plastic. Yes, plastic isn't biodegradable. But the one thing about handing out business cards is that they tend to rip, tear, they get wet, they degrade, and they wear over time. And by using plastic, you'll actually be able to make it something that people will hold on to and not have to worry about. You can also use metal. We have customers of ours that use metal. They're obviously highly durable, and they won't just get wet and break and tear, and so people hold on to them longer. Another way to do that is to be a little bit more diligent and cautious on how you hand out your business cards. A lot of people are kind of about the notion that you just need to hand out business cards in numbers, and the higher numbers you hand them out in, the more response you're going to get, and that's not always true. Just like any sales technique, qualifying your leads is the best way to make a sale. So handing out your business cards to potential customers and not just anybody you see on the street is really a better way to market your company to begin with, and it does reduce the use and waste of paper and your business cards. Another option you have is requesting recycled paper. We actually use, and other companies use, green paper. It's not actually green, but it's recycled paper. And you can also use soy-based ink, and soy-based ink actually is recyclable and does not pollute the groundwater when it's absorbed into the earth. There's an article by Prismagraphics that states that soy-based inks are actually naturally low in volatile organic compounds, so they reduce the emissions that cause air pollutions. Believe it or not, the power plants that produce the electricity that power your computers pollute the air more than the machines that print on the paper. Another option is be creative in your design. Like I showed you, use different materials. You can even use fabric or rubber, things that are reusable. Rubber bands are now made in a form that you can print on them, and you can actually recycle them and reuse them and use them as a secondary function. Print your business cards on a rubber band, and people can use that in their office as a dual purpose item. You can also request that your recipients recycle your cards if they no longer wish to have them. I've actually had people design their cards where it says right on the card, please recycle and don't throw them away. That's another easy way to get, you know, the message out and kind of get people to be more environmentally conscious. The truth is business cards are really a great way of getting your name out. I mean, you can even use smaller cards. We have people that do that all the time. Cuts down on the paper, although they're a little harder to find. But you know, simple things like that can make things put your mind at ease. You know, when you're trying to be environmentally conscious and still advertise your business. Business cards are just, like I said, a great way to get your name out. They're an inexpensive way to get your name out, and honestly, it's tried, tested, and true. People, they take them, they keep them, they log them, and they rely on them. When you know, somebody's walking down the street, needs a lawn maintenance guy, they may very well have that business card in their wallet, whereas they may not have their iPad right there to pull up an advertisement online. If you want to stay future forward and still use an old form of marketing, then that's going to be your best option. Just, you know, be conscious of what you're doing. Choose the right option. Request the Go Green ink and recycle paper, and kind of do your part to contribute back. Thank you for your time, and I hope you guys use business cards in the future. Thank you.